We got an HP Spectre 13-4101DX for power jack repair, power connector repair, replacement. The piece right here, the client states they have to wiggle the connector to make the system work, so the laptop has no power right now. We're gonna open it up, replace that piece, connector, jack, socket, input port connector, whatever you call it. And let me show you how to do it. All right, so this, we're gonna unscrew the screws on the bottom panel. This is called CR-VT5, is the screwdriver type. We're gonna unscrew the screws on the bottom of the panel. Long screw, short screw, another short screw, and a long screw. And this is a short one. And this is a short one as well. Let's see, this guy is also short. And this one is short. Maybe there's another place to separate the casings here. All right. All right. Casing is off. Connector is right here. This is the connector to the motherboard. And this is the battery. The problem is sometimes when you disconnect this battery, if the client has a bit locker on it, the bit locker gets reset, and usually people don't have the bit locker number written down anywhere. So that might be an issue for many of those laptops. So here it doesn't want to come out because this cable is in the way. The speaker cable is in the way. It's gonna come out. Yeah, it did come out. So that's, we disconnect the battery so that nothing would get shorted. Here we disconnect the power connector like that. Alrighty. Good job. We also have to remove the heatsink because it's in the way. And the way we remove the heatsink, it's by doing something like that. And like that. Alright. We then screw the fan, and now we can remove the heatsink using a tiny screwdriver, which I should have. Let's see, is this good enough? No, that's not good enough. Which I do have here someplace. Alright, let's see. Alright, so we're removing the heatsink from the CPU. Now we want to disconnect the fan from the motherboard. Alright. Alright. Alright, we will have to clean the CPU and the GPU. No, that's just the CPU. There is no GPU here. I mean, it's here someplace, but it's not. That doesn't seem to be cooled by. Let me get all this. All right, so I cooled the CPU. Now I have to clean the heatsink. So the heatsink is nice and clean, almost. Let me clean it a bit more. Good job. Some dust that I need to remove. All right, good job. So now we need to remove the connector. All right. We need to unscrew the hinges. And what we need to do next is flip this guy all the way over, like that, and like that. And as you can see how the wire is put in right there, that's the way how you want to put the wire back in place. So here we have, okay, so it's for some reason the wire is stuck. It's not stuck, it's glued in. Okay, so it's glued in to the panel right there. All right, so we remove that. You see that this connection here is broken. And let's see what else is broken here. All right. Yeah. All right, so when we take it apart, you can see that one of the wires is already disconnected, and those are the red wires right there. So that's the problem. The red wire got disconnected from the rear of the connector. And you see the ends are kind of blackened here. So let me put the new connector anyway in place, and it has to be looking this way. All right, so here we have, here we're gonna add some flux. And what we're gonna do next? All right, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna desolder every one of those wires from the connector. All right. All right. Here we go. And the red one was already turned off. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna solder the wires in reverse order. Those the red one. All right, so that's the positive. Then we have the brown one. All right, the brown one. No. Okay, looks good. Brown one. Here we got the black one. Okay. Okay. All right, so white one gonna be towards me, the yellow one gonna be the plus outside of. So here what we're gonna do is we're gonna be doing something like that, and it's gonna be yellow on this side. Right, so yellow on that side and a white on this side. All right, good job. All right, so I test the wiring to be proper before I gonna, that's the plus right there, plus, that's the minus is connected, and the center pin is connected. So let's put it back in. Alrighty. I'm gonna get some dust out of here. All right, so I hope this is the way it's gonna go in, right? Yeah. Let's see. It's really important to put it in properly, because if you, I mean the wire itself, if you pinch the wire by this hinge, you have messed everything up. So here we're gonna put this guy here, like that. For some reason it's too far in. Let's take a look. Well, no, it's still good, but for me it's kind of too far in. Let's just keep him like that. Maybe, hold on. No, okay. All right. Okay, looks good. So what I'm gonna do now, I will try to get all of the wiring properly set up. All right. You see how I guide them? That's pretty much the way how you need to guide them. This needs to be under there because this wire needs to go in there as well. So the back of this wire has some tape on it. So as long as it's all underneath there, you should be good. All right. Alrighty. Yeah, this hinge is gonna be pressuring on top of the wires here. So this guy needs to be all the way out. So let's take a look if this is gonna go in properly. Okay. All right, there is a ton of fiddling to do so that the wire won't be pinched. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna screw down the hinge. Screw down this way. All right, so what I need to do next is I need to hot glue everything in place here. I need to put a whole bunch of hot glue that's gonna penetrate into the wiring in the back and into the side here so that it would sit properly. So I'm just seeing how much space I got, and I got plenty of space, it seems like. So from here to here, everything should be good. And let's see, maybe just want to make sure that I'm not gonna mess anything up here. So here, this is gonna go like that. Yeah, so as long as the hot glue penetrates in there and surrounds all around it, I'm should be super duper happy. All right, let me go hot glue. Hot glue is extremely, smells really bad, so I need to do it in exhaust chamber, and it needs to be done downstairs, not at the studio. So give me a second here. All right, so here I put whole bunch of hot glue. Let me see, show you. Right there. So the connector gonna be nice and stable. It's not gonna go anywhere. Now the problem with this is sometimes it's hard to close it down. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut it a little bit here and there. Alright, so that the top cover would go right in place. Alright. Alright. So the first thing I think I need to put down this guy, right? I think. Looks good. And now we're just gonna add some thermal paste. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the heatsink to the equation and screw down the here is the old connector. And screw down the old the heatsink itself. Like that. Alright, so everything's screwed in. Alright, so now when it comes to insulation, let's take a look what we insulating here. Like that, and like that. Alright, so what insulation is here for is to prevent the heatsink hitting the casing, because casing is negative. So I'm just gonna put some tape. I'm just gonna put some tape for that so that the negative heatsink won't be doing the grounding too much with the casing. This is not exactly necessary, but just in case. Like that. like that. Like that. Good job. All right. Now the situation is that the client removed the SSD drive, but he didn't disconnect the battery. When you're removing the SSD drive, you want to disconnect the battery as well. Don't leave the battery connected if you decide to send us the laptop with, I mean, keep it disconnected until you connect the SSD. All right. All right, as you can see, it doesn't want to close down all the way here because it's probably because something somewhere. Oh yeah, I see. Okay. You see, this guy needs to be no. Oh, okay. So there is a little tiny bump which we need to shave off right here. All right, so I shaved off that bump as much as I could. Probably need to do the same here. No, that's good. Alrighty, let's try one more time. Oh, we got another thing here on this wire. It needs to be tucked all the way in here. Why? Because this guy guides right into it, and if it's gonna be sitting on this cable, it's not gonna do us any good. So hopefully when the client gonna put the SSD in, we'll be able to do the same thing. All right. Right there, it's nice and flush. Nice and flush. Everything everywhere. Right. Wonderful. I don't tighten anything too much because the client still needs to put the SSD in. Let's see if it's gonna power up and work. Okay, the plug goes right in. We got the orange light right there. Give it a second. Let's power it up. Hit the power button here. Yep. No, that's not the power button. Here's the power button. All right, so we should get something on the screen pretty soon. Haven't gotten anything on the screen yet. Okay, so we got this screen. It says CMOS reset. All right, and we're gonna reboot the system. Right, it says hard disk drive not found, obviously because it was removed. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, and you guys take care and have a good day. Thanks. Bye.